It's Tuesday night, and we are live. Hello, everybody. Mad Dog DeCipio, joined by Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman, and this is What's the Buzz, the Popcast. Yes,
Yes,
there was no mistake there, folks. It's not a podcast. It's a Popcast, and I own that name, so don't even try stealing it,
absolutely.
unless you want to deal with Mr. Levitz. All right, now, Amelia, how you
Yes,
been, kid? I am back from vacay.
yes.
So,
You
how
look
did
rested.
everything fare while Papa was gone?
I missed you. So did the audience and the fans. They missed you
Did they
too.
miss me?
Oh yeah.
You're lying.
Nah,
Are you lying? Are you really for real?
nah.
You missed
We
me?
did miss you. Yep. Everybody was like, "Where is he?" I said, "He's on a well-deserved vacation."
How you miss a guy who screams and hollers all the time?
That's what they missed, the screaming and hollering.
Oh, they missed my screaming and hollering.
Yep. They
Well,
sure did.
that's okay because tonight we're going to give you more.
Absolutely.
All
Can't
right.
wait.
Well, I tell you, what have you been up to for the last? Oh God, I've been going 8 days
Yep.
on
It's,
vacation for 8 days. So what did you do in my absence?
well, let's see. We had Mike Messier on the show. We talked about let's see, a few things. We talked about, let's see, it's been so long. I have missed you so much. I forgot what we talked about the
Well,
past
with
week.
Mikey,
Yeah, we were, he
I'll
was
tell
on the
you what
show.
you and Mikey talked about. You
Oh, you
talked
were
about
watching, weren't you?
a glitch in the matrix
Yep.
effect.
Yeah, see,
I know
probably
because I
forgot that.
watched the show last night. I watched the whole show last
Yep.
night. I
See, you
had to
probably
prep
forgot that.
myself because I don't know what the hell was happening around here when I was going.
See, there was probably a glitch there that I forgot. See, there you
I
go.
tried to, people say, well, I saw you on the show, but you're on vacation.
Hmm.
I tried to pop in.
He tried. He
to-
did pop in. What are you
I,
talking about?
well, I I tried. Well, first of all, the internet was horrible
Yes.
down the Jersey Shore. It's horrible. So if you go to the Jersey Shore on vacation, leave your computer home. It's not worth taking because there's no Wi-Fi. The internet sucks,
Trying to tell you to leave the
especially
computer
where the
home.
hotel I was.
No.
And I love the Royal Hawaiian Hotel. It's a great place, and I go there every year. But the internet stinks. Lester, you need to upgrade your internet.
Trying to tell
Yeah.
you to leave the computer home? I don't think so.
Well, no, I had my phone with me. I could have went live on my phone, See, I
Yeah.
just right there,
Yeah.
you know. I got everything on my phone that I have on my computer,
Hmm.
but I can't stick this in my pocket though. It's too big.
A few of them you have is too big, right? How many screens? Like 3 or 4?
Yeah, I took 5 bags with me to the shore. It's like,
Oh my goodness.
my wife, she said, "Where you going with all that stuff?" It's my vacations. I got my computer, I
Uh,
got my phone, I got my tablet, I got my clothes.
I mean, she
What
said,
else I
"Oh
got?
my goodness, that's not a vacation."
Well, next time I'll leave everything home. Anyway,
Yep.
so we have a really good show tonight. Tonight we're going to talk about abandoned America. Now, let me just say, what are you talking about, abandoned America? Well, go in any city, USA, take a ride.
Oh
Just
yes.
get in your car, take a ride. You're going to see an abandoned shopping mall.
Yeah.
You're probably going to see an abandoned movie theater. You're going to see an empty car lot. You're going to see an office building that looks like everybody just left one day
Yeah, and it's not
and
just in
never
small
came back.
towns.
And that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, it's fun and it's like creepy sometimes to look at these pictures, but you and I are also going to discuss tonight the larger ramifications of all of this empty property. What's it doing to America? What's it doing to the country? And what's it doing to business? And we're going
Absolutely.
to talk. Absolutely is right. We're going to talk about that tonight. So, without further ado, let's get into in your area. Now, you're in South Florida, right?
Yes.
All
Absolutely.
right.
Yes.
And of course, I'm in New Jersey in the Northeast. So, in your immediate area, Amelia,
Yes.
what are the things what are the abandoned structures that really stick out?
Well, most of all, probably it would be like ships, things like that. People have like abandoned ships. We have abandoned buildings. You have abandoned probably amusement parks. You can have abandoned movie theaters that a lot of people have
Mhm.
stopped coming to because everything's pretty much on your TV now. Your laptop, you have Netflix, you have computers, you have Hulu, you have a lot of those things you can download movies now from.
That's a really interesting observation, because I don't think people realize, and I'm gonna prove you right.
Yes,
I don't think people realize how much Netflix and Hulu and Roku
yes,
and Tubi TV and all these, Paramount Network and Disney
yes.
Plus, all that.
And
How much
Peacock,
they
I believe,
really
is another one.
Amazon Prime.
Yes,
I don't think people realize how big these companies are. When I went to the movies a couple of weeks ago with my wife, a couple of weeks ago, um, about 2 months ago, maybe probably a month and a half, 2 months, we went to see Elvis with Austin Butler and Tom Hanks. Before the movie started, okay, before the movie started, there was 30 minutes worth of commercials. Hulu, Amazon Prime, Tubi TV, Netflix, um, some other Prime service I never even heard of before. Um, what the hell it was called? I don't. I can't remember.
Peacock probably. Was it a new one? I think that just came out is Peacock. A lot of
Peacock,
yeah.
Peacock Network.
Hmm.
Yep, from NBC. Yeah, it's just bizarre that you go to the movies and they're showing you commercials for television stuff.
Yes, it
That's
used to be the
crazy.
movies. It used to be other TV show. Or it used to be like
Exactly.
commercials for products. It's not like that anymore.
Exactly. And that's why you want to know why movie theaters are shutting down like crazy.
Hmm.
Just go to your television and find out.
Absolutely, it's
That's
scary now
why.
how things are, especially during COVID. That's all you could sit home and do is
Oh,
watch TV.
COVID was a COVID was a movie theater killer. It
Yes,
was a mall killer. We're going to see some stuff that happened during COVID. Watch.
absolutely. Let's get ready to
Watch. I want you
watch.
to watch some of this stuff. But let me show you. Amelia put together a couple little things for us tonight, and this is, and I want to just show you. I want to bring this up here a little bit. Um, we're calling this "Abandoning America: Fading Memories and Awesome Structures." You see that little thing scrolling on the bottom there. Um, what I want everybody to take a look at is look at this. Now, I want everybody to just take a look at this. Now, that's a jail. Okay, that's an abandoned jail. All right. This is Eastern State Penitentiary. I want to show look at that movie theater.
How
The
beautiful it was
picture
on
on the
TV.
right was, yeah. Amelia put together a before and after here. Look at the picture on the left and look at the picture on the right. The picture on the right is an atrocity compared to that beautiful, ornate structure and design of that theater back in the day. This theater, Amelia, goes back to
27, I believe it was.
1927,
Hmm.
and it closed in 1972,
I was just a year old at that time when it closed, and look at
right?
it now,
Yeah. And
49 years later.
can you imagine having seen a show? That was an old silent theater, by the way. This is a whole city block
Yeah,
that's abandoned, a complete city block in New York that's
look at that.
abandoned.
The
That's an
stories they could
abandoned
tell.
that looks like a city block. That, my friend, is a mall. That's a shopping mall
No, you could
in
go
upstate
shopping
New
and
York.
drink it right when you're done. Have a
Yeah,
drink right when you're done, right there in the corner.
yeah,
The
right.
stories I could tell just walking down and all the shopping parked right
And
there.
that's what we're going to talk about, Amelia. That's what we're going to talk about.
Grocery
All the
store.
stories. Can you imagine if these buildings could talk, what they would say?
Absolutely. Mom and pop stores, that's how they made their living for their children to grow up and maybe go to college, become somebody one day, and maybe live up. That's where they lived. Probably was upstairs too. That was their home. It was right above their grocery store or
Yeah,
whatever business they had.
absolutely. That was a remark, and I'm going to hold on to that because we might show that again on Thursday.
I love that because
This
that's
we're doing, by the way, so everybody knows, we're doing a two-parter. This
yes,
is part one. We had there was so much abandoned stuff. We actually had to break it into two shows.
yes.
This is going to be tonight's going to be
Part
probably
one,
movie theaters and shopping malls.
yes.
Thursday we're doing a whole show on abandoned amusement parks and theme parks. Where do you see that stuff? It'll drive me. And the lest we forget, abandoned Olympic stadiums, whole cities that were that went belly up when the Olympics came in and then left. Let's say they spend all this money to build the Olympic Village. As soon as they're over, they're
That's
done.
it.
Nobody ever sees them again.
Nobody.
To think about all the money, all the money. Oh my God, I could use some of that for vacation next year.
Oh, absolutely. Just
Yeah.
the turf alone, how much they spent on that, and they used it for what, a day or so, and then that was it. That was done.
Yeah. Yep. I'll tell you a story I heard. It was an amusement park. You can't make this up. I told people on my promo for my commercial for this,
Hmm.
you can't make this up.
Absolute wonderful promo, by the way. I
Thank
loved
you.
it.
There was an amusement park here in New Jersey. They spent millions and millions of dollars to build this place. Okay. It was abandoned on opening day.
What?
You can't make this up. It opened one day and
One
that was
day.
it. And they left it. You have to shake your head and think, who has that kind of money to piss away? Because
What they
I
have?
want to know if you're out there, if you got that kind of money to piss away, please piss some my way.
Right? This way
Okay.
here. Yeah, exactly.
Piss some money on Amelia, piss some on me.
What if they do? Just have one event there and that
You
was
could
it?
piss all over me with your money. As long as it's not quarters and nickels, because they're heavy.
Right? Was
Give
it
me
just
the
for one
light stuff, the
event?
paper. We have actually right near my home.
Mm-hmm.
We had an abandoned mall here called the Burlington County Center. My
Mm.
wife knew it well because my wife used to work there back in the day. And this mall had a beautiful ornate elephant. It was a
Oh,
fountain.
wow.
It was hand carved.
Oh, wow.
This
That's
a
beautiful in the day.
stone elephant. And they abandoned this mall. The last store in this mall was a Chinese restaurant that
Oh,
finally left because they had to. They couldn't afford the rent. They were the only. Think about this. Can you imagine being the only store in a mall that's open? You
wow.
want to talk about how eerie that would feel?
Oh, yeah. All the
How
noises you
weird
would
that would
hear at
be?
night.
Yeah.
Oh,
Think about that. So they finally left, and the mall went empty. It went dead silent. That elephant was still there.
wow.
When the wrecking ball came to knock the mall down, they couldn't knock down the elephant, so someone bought it.
That'd be the best thing.
Someone bought the
Collector.
elephant. Interesting stuff. Because we witnessed. It's funny because the story I'm about to tell you also involves an elephant.
Oh,
I mentioned a moment ago that I stay in Wildwood, New Jersey at the Royal Hawaiian. Okay, that's where I go on vacation. The whole world knows it. Um, Across the street there was an old hotel, abandoned. The one next to it, abandoned. Same owner. This hotel had a beautiful handcrafted stone elephant that was a landmark in Wildwood for decades, for eons. The guy that bought the hotel made condos out of it, He was going to destroy the elephant. He sold it to somebody that was interested in buying it. I think the city of Wildwood ended up with it.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, just look up the Singapore Hotel in Wildwood, New Jersey.
Yeah, elephants are supposed to be good
Check
luck, so
that out.
maybe that's why.
But I'll tell you what, we have a mall again right up the street from my house. It's called the Echelon Mall. They did something smart though. After all the stores left, the city decided to take over the stores and make offices inside the mall.
That's the best
So
thing
the
to do.
mall didn't go to waste. They put the city offices inside. Think about it. They already had the
The space.
the space for it. Some of them stores make great offices.
Absolutely.
The
Might as
movie
well.
theater became a courthouse.
Yeah.
Think about that. The movie theater became the courthouse. You can't make that shit up
No.
because that would have been a great movie.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
absolutely.
turning a movie theater into a courthouse. We're turning a courthouse into a movie
It's a
theater.
movie, right?
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Let's take a look at some of this stuff. Watch this. Now, this is abandoned houses. Some of these are very famous houses, Amelia.
Oh yes,
I
absolutely.
want you to take a look at this. This is crazy stuff. Look at those stairs that go nowhere.
All right. I almost sent you that. I almost got you that one.
Does that house look familiar?
A little bit, but I cannot place it. Looks like from a movie, maybe.
It was from the movie Book of Evil.
Oh, it looks
And it
evil.
was a real house in the middle of the woods. And that's what it looks like now. It's fallen in on itself.
Oh,
It sure the hell is. This is an interesting house, too, Amelia. This house is from Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
massacre. Yes.
the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was actually the third in the series, if you're going chronologically.
Were they going to turn into the bed and breakfast after all, or they decided not to?
No, that's what
Oh,
happened.
thank goodness.
You're looking at the final product right there.
I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah. It's unless that's a unless that's a bed and breakfast. And I don't want to stay there though.
I'd be like, no, thanks.
Yeah. Here you go. The Addams Family. Everybody, you know that iconic house. But I'm
Oh,
going to show you
yes.
something.
1313 Mockingbird Lane.
Yep. No, that was the Munsters.
Oh, that was the Munsters. That's right, right.
1313 was the
13
Munsters. Right address, wrong family.
Wrong family.
This is the Addams Family house. It is a real house.
Is it really?
Wait a minute. Wait till you see this. That's what it used to look like. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, check out what time has done.
Wow.
Wait a minute. It gets better. You can see it starting to fall in on itself.
Yes, look at that.
That's what it looks like today.
They let it just ruined.
The entire house is down to the ground. It literally collapsed on itself.
Oh my gosh.
And the people, believe it or not, Amelia, there are people who live on either side of that house.
Oh my goodness.
They're beautiful homes. The neighbor, the house didn't bother the neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
All the tourists bothered the neighbor because people used to go there all the time and take pictures and go inside and get hurt, of course, because the house is falling down.
Wow. You would think that they would remodel it.
What you're looking at here
Uh-huh.
is a mansion that used to belong to Puff Daddy.
Oh, wow.
Sean Puff Diddy Combs or whatever they call him.
Uh-huh.
You know, whatever that rapper. He was a rapper.
Right. The kids nowadays would know it.
He left it one day and just left it.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the tennis court. There's a swimming pool. It looks like it's a beautiful mansion in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, wow.
There you go. That's the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre house, abandoned. And it's not in Texas, by the way.
Mm-mm.
It's in Oklahoma.
I can stay there. I would not visit it. Thank you.
You remember this one?
The Psycho House, yes.
The Psycho House. Yes,
Hmm.
absolutely. Now, people don't know this. There's two Psycho houses.
Oh,
There's the
wow.
Psycho House from the movie,
Hmm.
which is on Universal Studios lot,
Hmm.
which is where it's always been. This is the house from the TV series Psycho.
Oh, yes.
It's an exact replica. And
Hmm.
there you see the stars of the series
Hmm.
in front of the house. And you can see that it's an identical replica to the
Hmm.
Psycho house from the movie. This is an abandoned town. It's an old west ghost town.
Oh, wow.
That's the bank across the street. That big building, that's a saloon.
Hmm.
Of course, the saloon is bigger than the bank because everybody drank and had no money. Now, here you go. This is 1313
13
Mockingbird Lane.
Mockingbird Lane.
All right. This is the Munsters house. Interesting what happened to this place, Amelia. Check it out. Wait till you see this. This is, now
Oh,
I'm going to show you something, right? It looks pretty marked. That, believe it or not, that's a miniature.
that's a little toy house.
It's a little toy house. And I'm going to tell you why I put this here. Rob Zombie, you know who he is?
Yes. Hmm.
Rob Zombie is remaking a movie, The Munsters.
Oh, wow.
And that's the house he's using. That's the house. That's a little replica, but that's what it's going to look like. There's the house right there. That is the actual Munsters house. Nobody lives in it.
Hmm.
But they fixed it up. They spent a lot of money getting it beautiful. But you notice, look at the trees. You
Hmm.
see how the trees look dead?
Yes.
That's on purpose, by the way.
Oh, yes.
You know,
Yeah, because they always had the opposite of different things.
this is another thing people don't think about. An abandoned movie set.
Hmm.
That's a whole set. That's not a miniature, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a whole set.
They're remaking that movie again, I hear.
What, Salem?
Yes. Salem's Lot.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
really.
Yeah, they're redoing the movie.
Here you go. Abandoned cities and towns. I've got a bunch in here, but we're gonna another old west. I want you to look there. There's the bathhouse,
Hmm.
and there's the bank. You know, the bank was always in the center of town. You know that, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All these old west towns. They're right next to the bathhouse. By the way, you can't see that it says 25 cents for a bath.
Oh, yes.
Okay, you can't buy a bar of soap for 25 cents.
Not anymore.
Nope. There's the livery. There's the horse stable. There's the hotel. Um, this is an entire abandoned city. That's in Spain.
Oh, wow.
If you look at the signs on the building, they are in Spanish.
I noticed that they put a fence around that too to try to keep people away in case the rubble or something like that starts to, the buildings start to fall down or
Well, they
something.
put the fence there,
Also,
not so much for that, but good guess. They
to
put
keep
the
people.
fence there to keep the homeless people and vagrants out.
Didn't
Because
work,
a lot
probably.
of the homeless people were taking up residence in these empty buildings. And you know what? I say let them.
Yeah.
You got empty buildings and you got people with no homes. Let them move in. Why the hell not?
Instead of keeping them on the street, I mean, give them some place
Thank
warm to
you.
stay. And
Look at
wow.
this city.
Wow. That's very empty.
That's
Like nowhere.
China.
China?
China.
Wow.
That's China. You're looking at an entire city, an entire development. All the buildings, basically, you could see they're all multicolored buildings. They all look the same.
No
right?
windows at all.
Oh no, they're windows,
Really? They
but
don't
they're
look the same.
empty. They're empty windows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're empty windows.
It's like, where did everyone go? It's like they
They
disappeared.
just disappeared. Yeah. That's exactly right. You ask yourself. There are, if you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but let me see.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
There, I'm going to show you that again. I want you to see
Mm-hmm.
something. Let's get. I'm going to go. I went back a little too far, but I want you to
Mm-hmm.
see something. There's actually two people
Mm-hmm.
walking on that empty street. Look
Oh,
at
I
the
see them
bottom.
way down there in the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, way on the bottom of the picture. There's
Mm-hmm.
two people. Can you imagine?
Being the only two
Now,
people there.
this is an abandoned city. This is in Turkey.
Wow.
This is in oh god, I can't pronounce it. I forgot. I practiced this so hard too. Um oh damn.
That must be like their courthouse or something right there in the center of town.
I
Of their.
think they said Kazakhstan or something like that. I
Uh
forget
huh.
what some sounds like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Turkey. And it's all empty. There's
Wow.
not a soul there. Again, here you go. You see,
Mm-hmm.
this is Germany, by the way.
That looks like it burnt down.
Yeah.
That part of
That's
it.
an island city. There's nothing on that. Empty buildings. Look at this.
Wow.
There's not a single car on the street. An empty city. You got to think to yourself, where? Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to stop this.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think this was?
That looks. Is that Alcatraz?
No, actually, the island that you saw looked more like Alcatraz.
Mm-hmm.
That, believe it or not, is the Olympic Village for Sarajevo.
Wow.
That's where the athletes stayed.
Wow.
That's where they stayed in that building. Look at it now. The building has crumbled to the ground. Look at the. You see that
Mm-hmm.
piece hanging off over there all by
Mm-hmm.
itself?
Yes. It's
You
like
know, with
nobody
that
there to
pink.
take care of it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Wow.
This is what we're talking about. This is the tip of the iceberg.
Hmm.
Another Olympic Village, empty. It's
But
remarkable.
at least you would
Remarkable.
think that they should
Oh,
have
here
the
you
Olympics
go.
1 year and keep them there.
Remember the movie Star Wars?
Yes.
Part of it was filmed in Tunisia. They left all this stuff behind. They left it,
Hmm.
including that little space-looking thingamajig, whatever the hell that thing
Yeah.
is.
Take it with you. Use it in another set. Use it in another movie.
But
You spend all that
movie
money.
movie sets do that all the time.
Wow.
Hey, here's the set of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly with Clint Eastwood and Lee Van Cleef.
Wow.
That was in Spain. Okay,
Hmm.
in Spain, completely empty city, a ghost town with not a soul there, no
Hmm.
one.
Wow.
Okay, well,
Wow.
that's all I'm going to show you now. That's all I'm going to show you now because I got a bunch more.
We had some cities in Texas where Odessa, Texas, where I'm from. We had downtown. We had a lot of abandoned buildings,
Yeah,
and they didn't know what to do with them. So instead, the city decided, well, what we're going to do, crumble them. So a lot of people got together, and
yeah,
what my friend, I graduated with, he decided to turn one of the buildings into a photography studio.
good,
Another one that graduated with my cousin from another high school turned his into a law firm, and the other ones had
good,
furniture
wonderful.
stores. We have another movie theater that they redid. I mean, so all downtown where I'm from, in my
Well,
hometown,
I'll tell you what.
beautiful.
Let's take a look at this.
Hmm.
Now, since you brought up theaters, I wasn't going to show this, but let's do it. One of my favorite things is I love theaters.
Hmm.
Okay, I really love theaters. I wanted this one in here. I found this. I couldn't even believe I found it.
I saw that one. Hmm.
This theater is in Connecticut.
Yes, I saw
It's
that one.
it was one of the largest theaters in Connecticut at the time.
Hmm. Oh my
I
gosh, when I saw
want you to
that,
think about this.
it was
I want you to think about this.
gorgeous. It's beautiful.
Well, listen to me. Here's the remarkable thing that you're
Hmm.
missing.
Hmm.
It's a movie theater
Hmm.
with 3,600
Good
seats.
seats, yes.
Okay. You're lucky if a movie theater today has 200 seats in it.
If it has, yes.
If it has 200 seats.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're lucky.
Yes.
This was built in the 1920s as a
Yes.
silent film theater.
Mm-hmm.
It closed in the late 69, 70, somewhere around there.
Yes.
Um, but this was one of the most beautiful theaters. Even empty, I could see the beauty in it.
Yes.
Look at
And
this
look,
place. Look at that,
yeah,
Amelia.
it's scary looking.
Yeah.
Look at
And you
that.
look at all these beautiful theaters and they're completely empty,
Yeah.
you know?
It scared me when I saw those pictures, and I thought, "Oh my God, what they did to them, and how they let them go like that." It's just
Yeah, look at it.
remarkable.
Yeah. I mean, look at that place.
Yeah, the
That's a good,
time.
you don't see stuff like that
No,
anymore.
not anymore. The time that they took to build them.
No. Look at, oh man, this,
Yes,
I would like to cried when I saw
you
this.
should see the other ones that I saw. They
Look
was
at
so
that beautiful
horrible.
balcony.
Yes.
That beautiful balcony, and then look at the seats below
Hmm.
and the stage. It looked like a performance theater
It was. It was
where
like
you
a
would go see
performance
like
art.
a show.
Yeah, a theater arts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I looked at that and I went, man, that's a gorgeous theater.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a $500,000, I could fix
Hmm.
that place up.
Oh yeah, look
Now
at that.
this is a sad case. Look at this.
Oh, there's worse
It's
that I saw.
everything. It's literally crumbling in.
Hmm.
Look at the seats. All the padding
Yes.
is all coming out of the seats. The screen. I can't even believe the screen is still up.
Yes, it was horrible. Some of the worst
Look
that
at
they
that
saw.
picture. Would you ever think that that's an abandoned movie theater?
Not like that. It just needs some cleaning up, some polishing.
That's the concession stand.
Ye-
You'll take notice it's empty.
Yes.
Okay. Where do you see this? That's remarkable. It's really, really remarkable to think that these
There it is.
places that
Mm-hmm.
somebody just closed the door one day and walked away.
Hmm.
They just closed the door and walked. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It's beautiful.
What do you think of when you look at a place like this?
It's just like an awe. It's like, my goodness, like the time that they took just to even put something gorgeous together, and somebody actually handcrafted this and just decided to buy it and put it right there, or handcrafted it themselves and took the time to even decorate
You
it.
know what I think of, and that I think of that too.
Hmm.
Here's what I think of. They're still standing.
Yes.
They haven't fallen down yet.
No, like, please put me back together. Please, I can still look
Exactly.
beautiful.
Begging for a facelift.
Mhm. Yeah.
Begging for a facelift. If I ever had a lot of money,
Hmm.
which is never going to happen, but if I ever did, that's the first thing I would do. I would buy an old theater.
Yes.
I would absolutely look at this place.
Oh my goodness.
It's falling apart. Falling apart in on itself. I just can't believe it. I can't believe that oh man.
Nah, it's horrible. It made me cry when I saw
Here's the
those.
thing. Look at that picture. The balcony is still standing,
Yes.
but all the sheets underneath it are all gone.
All
And
gone.
look at it. They had boxes on the side. You see the seating boxes on the
Yes.
side?
Hmm.
And look at the stage. The curtain is still hanging.
Yes. And you would think
Look at
that'd be the first to go
that
in pieces.
purple curtain is still hanging.
Yeah.
That beautiful theater. Oh, here we go. Maybe do I want to show this? Maybe a couple.
Yeah, just a couple would be nice. Yeah.
Just a couple. And because we got Thursday to do.
Oh, absolutely.
Abandoned shopping malls. And there's a couple near me I'll show you. They call this place the Fishbowl in Thailand.
Wow.
Now, Amelia, ask me why it's called the Fishbowl.
Why is it called the fishbowl?
Because that mall is underwater.
What? Are you kidding me?
And no, You see all of that stuff there? It's water.
Wow.
You see that structure in the center?
Uh-huh.
That used to be an elevator.
Wow.
You see the escalators falling apart?
Yes.
That center structure in the middle that used to be the elevator, look at the bottom of it where it says Thailand Fishbowl.
Uh-huh.
That's the water line.
Wow.
You're on the third floor. I want you to think about that. Okay? Look at how high up you are.
Wow. That's high. How many floors did it have?
7.
Wow.
It was the largest mall in Thailand. Speaking of malls, how would you like to be that toy shop back there?
Wow.
You see
Where
that?
is
That you see that? Where it says Prague.
Mhm.
Okay, that's the only store open in that mall.
Really?
Yes, that's an abandoned mall. There's one store that's open in that mall, and you're looking at it right there. Well, I just told you a story of a Chinese
Right.
restaurant.
The restaurant, yes.
Yeah. Look look at this. Look,
Wow.
that's the second that that's the stairway to go from the first floor to the second floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
The whole mall is empty. They gutted it
Wow.
because they had to. Then what they did was they smashed it down.
Wow, look at that.
Can you imagine what that centerpiece must have looked like?
Oh, I bet it was gorgeous with gold and
Look at
a
this,
pretty
Amelia.
white pearl.
This is called the Hawthorne Plaza Mall. Look at the escalators going
Jeez.
down this way, going down that way. You'll notice that the structures are all empty. So somebody looked like they were gutting that mall.
Yes. It's like
But
from the
it's a
beginning of the
sad,
story.
sad case.
It looks like a
This
water
is
fountain used to be
that's
there.
an eerie picture
Uh-huh.
because there's a tree growing right in the middle. That's in Missouri, by the way. North Mall, Missouri.
That must have been a real pretty fountain back in the day.
Yeah.
Just imagine all the wishes that little kids
Well,
that
that's what. Remember, I told you about the elephant.
Mm-hmm.
The elephant was a fountain.
Hmm.
Here you go, Northridge Mall, Wisconsin.
Wow.
Empty, completely empty. Not a living soul around. Rolling Acres, Ohio. There's the stuff growing inside.
Wow.
There you go. That is where was that's the Mall of America. One
Wow.
part of it anyway. You're going to see the other part of it. At one time it was the largest shopping mall in the country.
Yeah, I
Imagine that.
remember that. Oh my goodness.
Remember I was telling you about the Burlington Center?
Yes.
You're looking at it.
What? Really?
That's it right there. Yep.
It's like everywhere is
Looking
just
at it.
disappearing nowadays.
And that's the Mall of America.
Wow. It's like you can't even shop anymore in the malls. You just do it online now.
Yeah.
The online replace the malls.
Yeah. Here's what I think about. All the people that went through these places.
There's stories.
This is an interesting picture. I put this in here for a reason.
Looks like a dentist chair.
It's actually a barber chair.
Really?
You're looking at the prison barber shop
Oh wow.
in Eastern State Penitentiary. Yeah. That's in Philadelphia, about 15 minutes from where I am right now. And you can go there and you can see that chair because it's still there. And that building looks like this. It's an old building that is falling apart. But every year, Amelia, they do, you're going to laugh when I tell you, but they do Halloween tours there.
Wow.
And they have actors dressed up in like Halloween, all made up and
Mm.
everything. Professional actors to scare the shit out of you
I'd go during the day, not at night.
at night.
Oh, I think I'd go during the day. Thank you.
That's an old Warner Brothers movie theater. That's the Mall of America. You'll notice one thing about it.
The American flag.
The
Still.
American flag is still front and center, still hanging in there, but the mall is dead.
And the flag still hasn't faded. Did you notice that?
Yeah. This is the place I was telling you about. It's a mall that's 6 stories high.
Wow. It looks like everything's just rusting out right in the center. It's like any day it could just fall apart on you.
Yeah, well, that's about what's happening there
Because if
too.
you look at it, you're just about to go. It started to
This is an
snow.
interesting one because it's actually got snow inside.
Yep.
And here's another one that's got snow inside.
Roof
They're
is about to.
actually 2 separate pictures.
Wow.
And that one I chose because it just looks eerie.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not going to show this one yet.
Yeah. It looked like
No.
it looked like somebody just decided to come inside and was like, you better get away because that roof's about to collapse on you too.
Yeah, right. We have a lot. We have a
Oh,
lot of stuff.
definitely.
So, when you're driving around, you're going back and forth to work, or when you see an abandoned structure, what goes through your mind?
Just like, oh my gosh, the people that worked there before or who lived there before, what's their stories?
Mm-hmm.
What made it abandoned? What was their,
Yeah,
what kind of work did they do? Did they have kids or, what did they do? The little kids do? What were they running around? Because we had a bread store in Texas where I lived at, and it, it employed so many people, and you could just drive
yeah.
by. When I was a little kid, I remember you could smell the bread being made, just the smell. It's
Oh
like, oh
God, yeah,
yes, I remember that. And we used to buy that bread all the time. We could stop by there and buy the bread. I remember for like $1 back when I was growing up, and fresh.
yeah.
It was always made fresh and everything, and I can remember that.
I
Now you
felt
can't do it.
like that when I lived in Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm.
I lived right behind a coffee company.
Yes.
Now you know how I love my coffee, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
When they shut down that coffee factory, I was brokenhearted
Yeah, it
because
hurts.
I used to wake up to the smell of fresh coffee every morning. They used to
Mm-hmm.
make it there. They used to make it and can it there and put it in bags and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you would smell that coffee brewing every morning. Between the coffee place, and the Dunkin' Donuts on the
Mm-hmm.
corner making donuts in the morning, I had coffee and donuts. I never had to leave my house.
Right? You were just right there. Well,
But I'll tell you what, I sure missed it when when that place went out of business, and that building went abandoned. I sure did miss it because the smell of coffee.
oh yes.
Oh, nothing better. Folks, listen to what I'm telling you. There's nothing better than the nectar of the gods. That brown liquid steaming up at you. Beautiful, delicious, hot coffee.
Exactly.
Nothing else matters, okay? Nothing.
Not matter what time
Except a
of day it
warm donut from
is.
Krispy Kreme Donuts.
Right? No matter what time of day it is, right?
No matter what time of day it is. I'm always good for a Krispy Kreme donut.
Yep. Back in Texas, we
So,
have the Southern Made Donuts place, and I remember we still have it
yeah, we
going.
got I'm thinking about whether I should tease. Now I'm going to tease you a little bit. Here you go. Watch it. I'm going to give you a little teaser of Thursday night.
Okay.
Amusement parks and theme parks. I'm only going to show you a couple though,
Oh, okay.
because can't show you all of them because we got to.
No.
That's our show Thursday.
All right. Well, just show that one, and that's it.
This was called. Oh, let me go back to that one. This was called the Land of Tomorrow.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and evidently it never got to see tomorrow.
No, I just saw that
That's an
day.
empty amphitheater. Yeah, right.
Yep.
That's an empty amphitheater. Look, kid, look at that.
Oh
In
wow,
the
that's
middle of nowhere.
gorgeous.
Look at that, Amelia. Look in the background. You see what's in the background?
Like a dead trees and stuff.
Take a good look at the background.
Oh my goodness.
What is it? Tell everybody what is it.
It looked like a Ferris wheel and
It
some dead
is.
trees and like
It's a Ferris wheel in the middle of nowhere,
yeah, and some dead
and that
trees.
is a ride. It's got swings on it, and it
Mm-hmm.
spins you around,
Yeah.
and it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, in the middle of
It's
nowhere. It's like, where can you find it?
an empty roller coaster,
Mm-hmm.
completely abandoned. You see the another Ferris wheel in that picture.
Mm-hmm.
Here is the tunnel. There's the land of tomorrow again. Now
Looks like
on
that's the owner. He's upset.
no, it's actually a guy that went back to revisit his childhood
Oh.
and didn't realize that it was abandoned.
Hmm.
And what he's actually standing on is a map of the world.
Oh wow.
Inside that building, the Land of Tomorrow building. Yeah.
Oh wow.
If look at the ground. It's a map.
Oh yes.
It's a map. You have to look at that.
Oh
That's
wow.
a Ferris wheel, by the way.
Wow.
And I don't know what's going on there, but it's just a mess.
Yeah.
And look at that roller coaster. It's overtaken by the trees and shrubbery and grass.
Weeds and stuff like that growing all
Right?
over it, through it.
Yeah. That's this one's from Germany. That's called Amsterberg. Look at this.
Wow.
There's a see that little dragon looking thing that looks
Yeah, like a dinosaur of some sort.
dinosaur or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see that, and you see the little dinosaur here in the front,
Yeah.
and
Ferris wheel
that
in the
Ferris
back.
wheel in the back.
Yeah.
This
Taking over.
was in Chernobyl, Russia, when they had that nuclear meltdown.
Wow.
That's where this picture was taken. It's in Chernobyl.
Mm.
That was it. This one's from China. It's an abandoned amusement park. Get this, on top of a mountain.
Oh my goodness.
Can't make this stuff up.
I don't
Because
think
you
I
can-
want to go through that either. So
Yeah, right. This one, I'm going to stop right here.
Yeah.
This is the New York World's Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to show you a couple, and then we're going to stop because I want to share
Yeah.
some for Thursday.
Oh yeah, let's save some for an exciting day because we'll have more to talk about.
Now, there's nothing. Again, that's in Russia. See, this is a picture. I want you to take a good look at this picture. There are people all over there, and there's a water fountain. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is the New York World's Fair, 1964. Okay, you're going to see something that's sad. Oh, but look, I had to look at this picture twice to realize what the hell it was.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Looks like a statue or some kind of someone, like a president or something.
It's a building, believe it or not.
Really?
It's a building in the shape of a man.
Hmm.
You remember Gulliver's Travels?
Yes.
That's Gulliver.
Oh my goodness.
Gulliver in the land of Lilliput.
Huh.
With the little people.
Oh yeah. So they make it like a restaurant or something, or we'll find out tomorrow or Thursday, I should say.
Yeah, well, that building was a multi-purpose building. It was a restaurant. It was a gift shop. Okay, now I want you. That's why I wanted you to look. Remember, I showed you the picture with all the people.
Yes.
Look at it now.
Wow.
Nobody.
It's like the land
Nobody
of the
there.
lost, forgotten,
Completely abandoned. Look at it.
just in ruins
This
now.
place,
just
yeah, it's in ruins. Look at this.
rusted
That's the
pieces.
escalator
Wow.
to go down to the street level at the World's Fair.
Oh, it's
They
just like
built their own subway.
Hmm.
And look at that.
Destroyed.
Destroyed. This, by the way, is right here in good old New Jersey. Hurricane Sandy did that. That's the Jetstar roller coaster in the Atlantic Ocean, right next to the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, I remember seeing
And the
that live.
Ferris wheel, check this out. The Ferris wheel fell in the ocean straight up.
Hmm.
Straight up. You can't even make that up. It
It's
never fell
horrible.
over.
Oh, that hurricane's just ruined a lot of stuff that was really pretty and really nice for people to do on Sundays, on the
Yeah.
weekends with your family, and it just ruins stuff like that.
Yeah. So we're going to take a look at the rest of it. I can't. I just want to show you a little bit.
Oh yeah,
There's
that's
so much to show. My goodness.
definitely.
We still got to do the Olympic villages. We still got to do the rest of
Hmm.
the amusement parks and there's all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
so
People think that
yeah,
buildings
I like
that.
looking at pictures like that. It makes me sad too.
Hmm.
But then I think to myself, I wonder what happened to all the people. I wonder what they're doing. Is anybody still around that worked on these places that could tell whatever why they got abandoned, why
Hmm.
they were emptied,
Yeah, and you would
why
think.
everybody had to leave?
Oh, definitely. And you would think that, this is not just happening in small urban towns. It's large cities, large towns, not just out in the country. It's
Yeah,
out right in front of you, big cities, right downtowns. And
absolutely,
it's not just
absolutely.
small towns. I
Well,
was
I'll
thinking,
tell you what. We have a remarkable show coming up Thursday. I think we should tell them now, Amelia.
go ahead.
Let's just tell everybody. Amelia and I have talked about this, and we have decided that we're just going to take a subject every week, and we're going to talk on that subject. And we may have a guest from time to time, but we're not going to go crazy looking for guests for the show.
Mm-mm.
Um, there are people who want to come on, and there are people who we want to come on, but there are a lot of people who just want to come on if you pay them, and we
Exactly.
don't pay people, and we're not going to. We never did,
Yeah.
and we never will. Even when I had Wrestling with the Future, which, by the way, I still own, um, we never paid anybody. We never paid anybody to come on the show. That's not what we do. I figure it this way: if you're good enough to talk to, you're worth having. If you need to be paid, I don't want to talk to you because you're not worth my money.
No.
You know, people, if you pay them, are going to tell you what you want to hear. That's not how we roll on this show.
No.
That's not what we do. We interview people we like.
Absolutely.
That's who we talk to. We interview people we like. And if we don't like you, we tell you to fuck off.
Yeah.
That's simple. Or piss off, like they say in
Yeah.
England.
And if you tell us that you're going to be on the show, you're going to be
Or
on the
unless
show.
you're Amelia and you just say, eat my taco, you know?
And if you're going to tell me you're going to be on the show, you're going to be on the show. And then if you're going to tell me at the last minute you're not going to be on the show, you're not going to be on my show again. Period.
Yeah. Whose
That's
show?
our
Who's
show.
that? Hello.
Our show. But if you're going to tell me
Absolutely.
you're going to be on the show, and then you tell me at the last minute, oh no, I'm not going to be on the show anymore. I
Yeah,
decided
well,
something else came
and
up.
that's another thing.
No,
You're exactly right.
you're not going to be on our show anymore. Period.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't think that we have to justify ourselves. I really
No.
don't.
I'm just tired of people telling me that you're going to be on our show, and then I have to tell you, oh, they're going to be on our show, Angelo, and then they tell me at the last minute, oh, I'm sorry, but something came up. No, that's
not worth having you.
No.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
I don't think I'm going to do that anymore.
No, we're not going to do that anymore.
I'm not going to make myself crazy over a guest.
No, and I'm not going to do that to you because, I don't want you upset.
You know what? Look, we have more than enough people
Absolutely
that are willing to come on and talk.
Absolutely.
To us.
Because
And
if you
from
get
time
upset,
to time, we will bring them on.
Yeah, because if you get
But
upset or they make you upset, they have to deal with me.
yeah, and here's the thing though.
Mm-hmm.
I just want people to know, and I'm not bitching about it.
No,
I'm really not.
no, we're not.
But I don't think that it's fair
No.
that some people want to get paid and others will do it out of the generosity of their heart.
Of their heart, exactly.
You know,
And we
like
thank
if you
people
come
that
on
come
my
on our
show,
show. Yeah,
you come here because you want to, not because you're getting a payday.
exactly.
I look at it this way. I'm not getting a payday. Amelia's not getting a payday. So guess
Mhm.
what? You're not getting a fucking payday either.
We've
Okay.
had some wonderful guests too on our show.
I do this show. People, I want to address this, okay? Because I want to bitch a minute. People have said, well, why do you do this show? You got to be getting paid. Somebody's paying you. I assure you, my hand to God, I'm not getting paid for the show. Okay. I never have been paid for the show. In the almost 5 years I've been doing this show, I've never received a dime in compensation. Not one. You know what I get? I get autographed books. I get DVDs. I get guests that send me videos. I got a lot of books here. I got a lot of videos here. A lot of stuff, but no money. Okay. But if things get tight enough, I'm going to start selling my books and my videos.
We've had some wonderful guests too on our show.
We absolutely have. We listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get Lacey J. Dalton, a country music Hall of Famer, and
And
Sylvia, a
and
country music Hall of
Baby
Famer,
Doll and let's
to
see who
come
else.
on the show for
Let's see.
free,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll be damned if some junked up wrestler is going to hit me up for $500.
Yeah.
Fuck off. You were lousy when you were in your prime and you're still lousy.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck off. By the way, no more wrestling. We're done.
Yeah.
Fuck it. We're done with the wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Amelia, tell everybody what's coming up Thursday night.
We're gonna have another episode of Abandoned America,
Yeah.
Part 2.
Yep. And we got a hell of a new intro and we got a hell of a new outro. And folks, you are about to check it out. Watch this stuff.